Hi everyone, this is Ross Dauk. You're watching the third episode of Jokes Please Online. Jane Stanton is going to be one of our guests tonight.
Hello.
And we have some special guests as well. This is Hoffman.
Lulu.
Yeah, and Melanie is going to be in.
Melanie.
And Melanie.
Oh, I hate when they look my face, but love it.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Jokes Please. How are you guys doing by a round of applause? Nope, still no one. So, my name is Ross Dauk. I host Jokes Please. This is a live stand-up comedy show that has happened for the last 7 years. There used to be audience members, used to be lively. And now, it is just me hosting to you, soon to have stand-up guests on the show. I also interview some dogs tonight. Should be fun. But what a world we're in. Things are changing, right? Look at me out here, wearing my cardigan with no elbows. So bold. I feel empathy for those who are procrastinators and the things they wanted to do, and now they have to socially distance and can't go buy things. So some people would have wanted, maybe they, for a long time, wanted to replace their cardigan with a cardigan with elbows, and then, they'd probably be stressed out. Not me. I like this cardigan. I don't care that my elbows are exposed. I think it's great. When have you ever been outside and you're like, ooh, my elbows are too cold? That's rare. I have the opposite problem. My elbows are too hot. I've got sweaty elbows quite often. So this cardigan suits me just fine. But if you were the type who has procrastinated and now you don't have the things that you want, that'd be difficult. In the household I live in, there's been talk of floating shelves for a while. We were going to put up floating shelves. I don't care about floating shelves, but the person I live with does. And we did not get around to getting the tools or the supplies to float any shelves. I gotta tell you, I don't know how to make floating shelves. I have no interest in floating shelves. I do know how to make shelves that other companies have made, and then I could put them together. I could do that. I also could put a plank of wood onto some bricks I've stacked. But now us, stuck in an apartment, all shelves grounded, attached to things. And it's a problem. There's probably things in your life that you wish you would have gotten before you were shut down, before you were socially distanced by this virus. But guess what? Here's what I'm here to say to you. You don't need that thing. Your shelves don't have to float. Aside from groceries, you need very little. Isn't that nice? Some of you are like, you need a new cardigan. I don't. Especially because it's summer soon. Everyone's going to be cutting holes in the elbows of their sleeves so they can get a little elbow heat relief. That's my dream anyways. The optimistic part of me thinks that so many human beings are becoming better cooks and are being able to cook meals that they never have before, and they're learning the fundamentals of cooking. Like they're becoming better choppers, better water to pasta to salt distributors. That the flavors are expanding and their palates are refining, but the realistic thing is, I think there's a lot of people out there who they have like one can of alphagettis left. They eat half of it. They put the tin back in the fridge. The next day they're like, oh no, I have to have alphagettis again. I better spice this up. And all they have is like some mustard and a soy sauce package. And then they're eating that. That's probably the reality for a lot of people. Please don't do that. Please learn how to cook. Please have access to the internet. I hope you do. I hope more people do. Here's a meal here's a thing I got obsessed with for a while. Oh, I'll do it like a joke. So cottage cheese is in the news recently. Cottage cheese is in the news. This is going to be hard to say out loud. Went to the cottage the other day. Yeah, back before all this social distancing, as I was going to the family cottage. A friend of mine was like, ooh, relaxing time at the cottage? No. Too much cheese to make. Can you believe that joke sometimes would get laughs? Now here, I'm going to interview some dogs. So we have an ongoing segment here where I interview some animals to get a different perspective on the virus and on the goings-on, just, because we're very human-centric. I'm here with Lulu, Hoffman, and a dog whose name I keep mispronouncing. Melanie, thank you for coming. Are you a little bit bored? Thank you for your patience, Milani. Huffman, good guy. Good guy, Hoffman. Okay, thank you. So, Hoffman, how has social distancing been for you? Yeah, are you respecting 2 meters for people? Or is that not for dogs? Serious look. Hoffman, do you have any advice for the people out there? How about any advice for me? Oh, Lulu, do you have some advice? Lulu, do you have a job? Right.
For real? Come here. What? Come here. You're just doing it. Hey, I've been doing a lot of shopping lately. Things are fine. Things are good. It's not in that way, but like just it's not that different. Like I'm not with anyone. I'm by myself. Things are like they're good. They're like yeah. I keep just like. Like maybe crying. They're good. They're good. They're good. They're so. It's good. Good. Social distancing is great. What? Not? What am I? 1998? What's wrong with me? I do shopping for my parents because they're old, and I go to like a grocery store, not grocery store, like corner store, like a Kin's, no name, with like vegetables and stuff. And I was in line, and I was like 2 meters away, and this guy like gave me a look, and I was like, I'm 2 meters away, but I didn't say it because I can't be like Jane mean, like Jane, you know, I can't not in this climate. I have to be like, fair, I'll take a step back, but in front of him was like 4 or 5 meters, and I was like, oh, you can move up, and he just was like, but everyone kept budging in front of him, and he'd be like, and they wouldn't turn around because it was so far away. And he's like, I'm in line, you know? I'm in line. And people are like, oh, I didn't know. I'm talking over 10 people. I didn't know. He's like, oh, in a hazmat suit. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, 2 meters away to me. Because I was licking him. Because I was like, how clean does he taste? He's got to taste really clean. Oh, he did. Like rubbing alcohol. Yum, 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 yum. And I had to go shopping for my parents for toilet paper because not just they're old, just, you know. And there's no toilet paper, so I got them paper towel. I was like, paper towel, what do you use? Like, and then so I got them Kleenex, so it's like paper towel, like rip, and that was in my head for them. I'm not gonna rip it. I'm not gonna be in the bathroom like, here you go. That's my job now. And then Kleenex, so it's just nicer. And I showed up to their place, and my parents went upstairs immediately. Not for social distancing, just like that's kind of the thing they do. They're always like, come on over. And I come and I'm like, Mom, Dad. And then I'm alone again, like I am right now. And then my mom was there, and I wanted to like hug her. And I went, and she's like, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, social distancing. And I was like, hug me with your eyes. And she was like, emotional. Yeah, then my parents, I'm like, oh, I didn't get you toilet paper, I got you the paper towels. My dad's like, we'll do what we did in Cozumel, which I was like, fair enough. But you put the toilet paper in just a plastic bag, which I was like, now your place is gonna smell. So I don't want to be here at all. And I've been watching a lot of TV shows, like more than normal. Like just this weekend, I put in like a full-time job, like 40 hours. I did Tiger King, I did Ozark, I did Good Wife. That was an old one, but I didn't know. So I did it, and then my friend phoned me. She's like, oh my God, the shopping channel. I'm like, there's Netflix. There's Amazon. What are you doing? She's like, do you know it's still a thing? I'm like, yeah, I know it's still a thing. What are you doing? She's like, it's so crazy. They have like couture pants. I'm like, no, they don't. It's shopping. You know, you can go on the internet. Like, there's a better variety, and it's better. And she was just like, and then she phoned me back. I guess this is a lot more phone calls. Phoned me back going, States, they're so brutal. Those fucking States, they're such pieces of shit. I'm like, what happened? She's like, there's an NFL game on Sunday. There's a game. It's on TV. I'm like, it's a repeat. She's like, there's people watching the game. I'm like, it's a repeat. She's like, I can't. It says it's a repeat. I was like, yeah. She's like, but yesterday there was a golf game. I'm like, it was a repeat. She's like, it didn't say it. I'm like, you also didn't have me in your ear going, it's a repeat. It's a repeat. Things are crazy. Trying to, then my sister phoned me. She's like, did you hear about that party? There was a house party in Kamloops that got out of hand. Like, there was a stabbing and a shooting, and like someone died. Yeah. And she's like, that's just never happened. I'm like, yeah, because they were like drug dealers. They're gang members. She's like, no. I'm like, you're 52, 63, who knows how old you are. In your life of parties, has there ever been a stabbing or a shooting? No. Yeah, because you're a normal person of society. That's why. You just like, you're normal. And then dating right now, it's the same. Like, you're texting, am I dating this person? Who knows? It's back and forth. Are we gonna meet? We're this far apart. Is there chemistry? I feel like we're further apart. Is there chemistry? I don't know them, so I feel like it's a blank. Oh, I like bolognese as well. Pesto too. Me too. We should hang out and never touch. What's the point? I'm done.
Okay, thanks, Jane. So you said something there. You said that that you can't be Janish in lineups. What did you mean when you said you can't be as Janish?
I mean, like, being like an asshole.
Oh, is that what you mean? So you were kinder. I
kept everything I was gonna say in my mind.
Okay, good. Hi, everybody. So I'm here with Jane Stanton and 3 dogs. So Jane, tell us who is in the room, who's with you right now, and who else is around here.
This is Hoffman. Mm-hmm. He's my dog / boyfriend, husband. What?
Charming. And who else do we have?
Lulu. It's a rat-like dog.
Okay.
Chihuahua mix.
Cute.
Those are mine. And then my sister's dog. That's it's a horse.
Yeah, it's gentle beast.
It's a gentle beast. It's a Bernese mix. It's 90 pounds, and it sheds a blanket of fur each night.
Oh my God.
Just all over. I'm like, up, because this thing doesn't shed.
Yeah.
And Lulu does, so it's very little hair.
Cute.
But it's a beautiful dog, but.
To be honest, it's good timing to have a little resource come in at night. You know, you can make furs later on if the economy breaks completely and we get cold.
That's what I'm wearing for underwear right now. It's great.
Okay, so I'm with Jane Stanton, who's a longtime hilarious comedian around Vancouver. Her first album called Date Night is out recently. You can get it right now. Also, a very good comedy friend of mine. We have been comedy friends. You were very kind to me in early comedy. And by very kind, I mean first you made fun of me, which made me feel welcomed in the comedy community.
Yeah.
But then we became friends.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, comedy, welcome. I'm like, did I make you cookies?
No.
Here's some cookies. Good luck.
No, it's more like, you're never going to make it. Or something.
Well, that's, I just start crying.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not wearing my coat. Should I wear my coat? So yeah, for anyone who's never seen me do stand-up before, I have never worn a coat on stage. I think once or twice.
Comment.
But now the apocalypse is here. It's time to get dressed up. I feel. You can do it, Lulu.
She has bad. Okay.
Can I help you? Can I help you? Yes. Good one.
Good one.
Good one.
People being like, okay, what should I be doing? Of a checklist of like, okay, I'll clean my place. Mm-hmm. I'm saying all this, I haven't. My place is a disaster. Yeah. But I'm like, I'm gonna get there. I will get there. No, I'm going to.
That's me too. It's like we will make a list eventually to do the stuff.
I'm like, start in my bathroom, then let's do this room. I want to get rid of stuff. So at least I can be like, okay, I did this.
What's interesting is that there's going to be probably an increase in people's skills inside the home. Like there's going to be like right now, I'm not a very good interior designer. Maybe at the end of this, I'm like, it's color coordinated. Like maybe I have hand.
Just in my face, I'm like, people go to school for that.
Yeah, but we're going to school in our houses. We have the internet, we have all that stuff. What if everyone's apartments that are now white and bland and have a thing on the wall by the end that people are like,
painting?
Paper
mache?
Well, I was going to say, yeah,
paper.
like
What sounds like what?
all that stuff. But I was even thinking, what if we get further the way that, I don't know, maybe the Romans or the Greeks, like etched stone because they took so long. So all of a sudden people.
I see you in a year from now because that's how crazy it is. I'm like, what'd you do? You're like, I just redid Main Street. The Romans, the roads.
Yeah, like so for instance, I'm in an apartment building. There's some things I'm like, I get in there, I just start molding.
No.
Okay. Just like, yeah, maybe.
You do the walls? I don't know. I feel like if you're not good at stuff, let other people that are. No. I'm not good at any of that stuff. No.
Okay. I don't like how tiny my hammer is in this example.
It's really tiny.
Yeah.
Well, you won't hit yourself and hurt. It's just like tick, 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 tick.
Like, people are behaving wildly because we're supposed to socially distance. That's great. So one of the things I face is I've been going out at night for walks and there's no one around. I was on Broadway yesterday. There was a time I measured it. It was 2.5 minutes. No car, no bus, no human being went by. And as good as it's very beautiful to go for a walk. And then there's cars too. Like there's cars around. But what happened was I only passed one person on the sidewalk and the person was on the other side of the street and we were walking and on the other side of the street they pulled their bandana up over their mouth and I was like, now, it could have been a coincidence, but it felt like because I was walking, they pulled their bandana up for droplets, like across the street. We're on opposite sides of the sidewalk. And I almost yelled it's a little much, because...
It's good you did. A little much!
Yeah, but I was like, come on, I'm across there's 6 lanes here.
Yeah.
It felt like I was in an Old West and he pulled up his bandana and then we were going to draw. That's what it felt like. In the last episode, Ivan and I talked very briefly about a show at Raw Canvas where Andy and I were setting up. You were not there yet, and a woman from LA said that she was an experienced comedian and could she do a spot, and we said okay. And then she power drank wines and puked during the show. Were you at that show?
Yes.
Yeah.
She said she bought her agent, but her agent was her boyfriend.
It's something
or some
bizarre.
Weird guy that was like, I live in Kits, and I'm like, ooh.
It was
dumbest dog in the world. He almost fell.
No, that's good. Nice to see you. Anyway, so I was just thinking because we used to go out also after that Tuesday night one, we used to go to Two Parrots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Original Joe's. I feel like we kept them in business. And then I was on tour, and then there was that one Wednesday we were there. They're like, if you come up on Saturday and line up, and the first 100 people get for lifetime wings.
No, so what it was?
And I was like, can you bring someone? I want the lifetime wings.
So it was close to that. So what it was is that yeah, we were there. You were leaving. My roommate and I, we did go. We lined up. We got free wings for a year, and it was a thing where it's free wings.
Life year.
Free wings. You didn't have to purchase anything. It was just because they thought you'd come in, you'd get wings, and then we would purchase things. We went every time. We bought nothing.
Yeah,
I was
just gonna finish your sentence.
We would tip the servers a lot. We would pay nothing to the business, tip the servers who just brought us water and wings, while everyone else who had those free ones, they're buying drinks and buying whatever, and we're like, not on our watch. Then, probably just because of he and I, they made a rule where you had to buy at least one drink to get your free wings. We never went back again. It was like 8 months.
Screw this place. They've cost me.
It cost us nothing, but it was like we just decided it was like, we just decided that was part of our morals. But then they went out of business afterwards.
Because of you.
Possibly.
Have you ever eaten so much wings that they taste like porridge?
Oh,
it's too much, and you're like, I can't have any more, but I did pay for this, so I must.
It was very fun, though. I loved that sort of stuff.
Stop it. You're going to be cut. You're going to be cut from this. She
no, it's
wants
okay.
Attention.
I'll give you her a little bit.
God.
Hi, you guys.
A little whore.
Okay, so this is my favorite joke squeeze of my whole life. Milani, so cute. Milani, so cute.
Milani. I'm switching her name. Milani.
Okay, so Jane, what have you been doing? We've all been a little away from stand-up. What have you been up to these days?
Watching TV a lot.
Have you watched Tiger King?
Yeah, of course. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
It's like Making a Murderer, but could it get better? Oh, it did. It's like here and then.
It was the most riveting, bizarro thing. And the film, good filmmaking in a lot of ways. Like one of the things that they do is they go like, well, but they go off the bat. They go like, people who have big cats are crazy. They just say that, and you sort of go, okay.
Yeah.
Like you just take that as a thing. And then every time a weirdo comes into the thing, they also like have a big cat, and you're like, oh, this is insane.
Like, okay, let's just start.
Yeah.
Start with
Please.
Joe Exotic.
Yeah. So, charming guy, absolute charisma. Pure charisma, though. Like, that's how he's doing this thing.
I don't know if it's a charming.
Yeah, maybe not charming. But how about when he's...
Charming guy.
But how about when he's, like, in trouble, did something rude, and then he does that laugh to camera?
Oh, I know.
What an interesting... like, you know, every character is wild, except for the person who lost their arm, who is only wild by reasonably coming back to work and being a dutiful employee. Like, otherwise, speaks, like, even and calmly and...
Yeah, just as like, you know,
Yeah.
went back to work 7 days. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Why did, and I'm going to say it, he have 2 costume changes. He's wearing a normal outfit. Then he put on, like, he was a medic.
Oh, yeah.
Outfit, and then he put on a jacket. Did he suddenly like cut and then like change?
What I thought was very funny was the guy who eventually went undercover, and then they said, it's not about the lemur. Do you remember that part?
It's
not.
that again?
So it's like the guy who was not Joe, not Jeff, but the other guy with the long hair who eventually like went undercover.
Who's on the Sea-Doo?
Yes. What is that Sea-Doo shot?
I don't know, but I love it.
Oh, that part was
First off, if that's who's playing that is either Fortune or me.
Oh my God.
And I'll stab her to play that character. Are you kidding me? I'll start shaving here for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't understand the lemur thing. You said that. I don't even understand. I don't understand that. They put it in there. It's edited, sure. But was that like a joke? It's not like,
Well,
I didn't even understand it.
It's just that it is a crime. That's what's interesting about all this stuff is that I've never really gotten in trouble with the law, but if I did, I suppose they'd be like, well, we will punish you to $25,000 fine for having an animal without the proper papers, and worst case scenario, 5 years in jail. And that is pressure. And you'd be like, shoot,
So
this
was
lemur.
that why was the lien?
Yeah, was that supposedly the police, but he said that they were putting pressure on him because of his illegal lemur or whatever. And then Joe from jail says, it wasn't about the lemur.
That's what I'm saying.
That part killed us. It's just so funny that there's all these big cats up there, all this, and then that the way that the feds put pressure on this guy is through lemur pressure. It's just
I like that
bizarre.
that came out of nowhere too.
I was glad at how they ended it with the animals being brought back into perspective. Like it was heartbreaking with the...
I'm sorry, I thought you were going being butchered. That's why I was like, what?
No.
Sidebar, you're feeding the tigers bologna,
Oh,
expired meat.
That-
I'm not even eating expired meat.
That Walmart truck was heartbreaking.
First off, Walmart's probably like, this is great advertising. Like, we're not suing them. This is so great for us. So, is there a second one?
I have this idea that there is going to be more charges. I sure hope so, because it always makes me feel sad when we hear in movies or something that is like, well, he made a deal. Criminal A made a deal to get I was like, hey, I've gotten a speeding ticket. I can't be like, hey, I'll give Jane, who speeds way more than me, and get out of my ticket.
I do. Yeah. I'm like chucking garbage out. I'm like, speeding, who cares? Boom, boom, boom.
Also, I've never gotten a speeding ticket. But you know,
not?
No, never. I am a very responsible motorist. Meep, meep, meep.
Just like every scene, there's a question. There's a
totally.
question.
And then also that part that they brush over very quickly, whereas Carol was there, goes to get her mail, and then that the snakes exploded from her mailbox. That's got to be a crime. So he got charged with attempted murder or whatever, or like hiring a person for tiger things, but no one gets charged when a bunch of snakes explode from mail.
They're like, it's just Florida. It's like just
so
that's a Florida thing. It's like you've been Florida.
Oh my God.
Florida?
Also, it's so funny to me like that the trademark infringement stuff. Like, how annoying is Joe?
He's like a little child.
But how annoying is Joe Exotic just on the internet? Like, so it's bizarro that he's this like charismatic man who cares about tigers in theory and loves his people and needs affection from that. But then online, he is as trollish as I've ever. He set up a TV station to troll a woman and then aired every night. He did a show every night. I'm doing a show once per week. It is taking a ton of my energy. It's like a ton. It's very difficult. This guy did a show every night.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You're not a meth head.
Oh, right. I don't
You're
have
not
meth.
addicted to drugs.
I don't have
So
meth.
you're not like, show tonight. Let's do a show tonight.
I do not think she murdered her.
100% she did.
No way.
Okay.
So it's because that. What about the part where
my brother? Okay, this is my favorite. I was 15, he was 9.
Yeah.
So we weren't close. My sister's 10 years older than me. We're super close. And then I don't know anything about him. It's weird he became a cop. He's really shy. Giving all character descriptions of a person you don't know.
Yeah.
You're a liar. And then your car breaks down. Who do you phone? Your brother who you don't know, you're estranged from. Him and another cop pick you up the night your husband gets murdered.
Right. So,
liar, pants on fire.
Yeah, but what about the husband who said, if I pull this off, this is gonna be the slickest thing I ever did? So I think that the husband flew the plane, crashed and died, or is in another country.
Is that the slickest thing you ever did?
Well,
I'm out of here!
that is a classic Simpsons joke. He takes off, crashes right there.
No one is going to believe this.
That sounds like someone who's trying to fake their own death or escape to another country.
But if they were going to fake their own death, you think he was that weird with his money?
I guess so. That's
never,
also bizarre.
He would never, ever, I love it's like I'm talking like I know him. He would never do that.
But also
I don't know his name. The blank.
But what about that Belizean tie? So if he's dating
that was
someone else.
That was really too weak.
Yeah.
They didn't show anyone.
Yeah.
I felt like they didn't get approval to film the girlfriend,
right.
or they're down there, so that's the second season.
Right, yeah.
But there was just too much of let's touch on this thing that's it's huge. That is a huge thing.
Totally. That's what this show has so much of, though, that you could see a whole other series about that murder or about that disappearance.
Did he murder his girlfriend? He murders his girlfriend because she was getting lemurs. Gave lemurs to the guy.
So what is your case of why you think that Carol did kill the husband?
She's an evil lady.
Really?
She is so evil. You can just tell. She's one of those people that's like, I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
I'm a nice person. You're like, are you? You're not.
But she's also being pushed pretty thin.
I don't think so. Her brother. That's just leaky lies to me.
But so that's one, though.
The brother thing is it's flimsy. It is, you don't know this person. I'm going to give character how he is. He's a cop. Hey, you know what? My car broke down. You know who I'm going to phone?
Right.
This person I don't even know, and another cop. Oh, okay, weird. Her breaking into, yes, she had keys, but she broke into and took his will and then redid it. That's super illegal. That would not stand. In Florida, it's different because you can do anything you want there, obviously. But it's weird. That's just, I'm going to add, that's two. That is two things.
Yeah.
Third, she rides her bike everywhere. That's just...
Wait, I ride my bike everywhere. Also, bikes came up last week. I've been bikes too. What is happening here?
I just feel but I feel like you ride your bike and you're like, I'll be there in 5. She's
bing,
like, I want, there's a cloud that looks like a tiger.
Do you have any plans this week? Anything on the go?
No. I'm still on dating things, and I don't know why.
Right.
I find it weird. Your face was just the meth. What? Yeah, I know. It's weird because this guy's texting. So now we're texting, but I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Am I going to meet you? Am I going to do this with you?
Yeah.
And then, but we can't. Is there chemistry? I don't know if there's chemistry because we're too far away. I don't know you. I know there is with us because I know you.
Yeah.
Friends. But person I don't know that I'm going to be like, and then what if you're not a good kisser? So by the time we kiss, so now that's 8 months down the road because that's how long this is going to last.
Yeah.
That maybe he's not, and I'm so lonely that maybe he is, but maybe he's missing teeth. He's like a meth head from Tiger King, and I'm in. Why, by the way, did he have his shirt off the whole time?
So that's been answered.
And then Joe was like, really into muscular guys. I'm like, they're not muscular. There ain't one muscle in there. The guy's just tattoos. Just a tooth. Oh.
The filmmakers answered, and it was because he wanted to show off his tattoos, so he decided to take his shirt off for the interview.
And then the tattoo that's on his crotch property of what? Oh, sorry, I had to say
No, I love it.
again.
But it is true that there's all sorts of funny stats. Like I remember when the SARS thing happened and they put that huge concert up, I thought, which was great. And I remember I thought it was very funny, the idea that you were more likely to get struck by lightning or win the lottery than get SARS. If three people were like, one person's like, I won the lottery. One person's like, I got struck by lightning. Another was like, I got SARS.
That'd
Just
be
like
the worst.
of the things.
Of the
that
things.
exist. Like,
Actually, I don't know if that'd be worse than
Yeah.
the lightning. What would be?
I've known people who've been like struck by lightning when I was a park ranger up on mountains because they would rock
Did
climb.
they get burnt?
Yeah, so it would like hit the mountain, go through the ropes, through the thing, hit them while they're like rock climbing because you'd be on these multiple pitch things. And this one old man claimed that he had been struck 7 times. The park ranger was like concerned about safety and blah blah blah, and I kind of didn't believe them. And then the person hung up his climbing shoes, and the toes had been blown out, like where the electricity.
No.
Yeah, and then so a couple of them had burn marks out of their
I
fingers.
love that you're like, I don't believe you. You're like,
Yeah,
do you
I
believe
do.
this?
Yeah,
You're like,
totally.
well then I do. And he has
Yeah.
a cigar like a cartoon that blew out. You're like, what? He's like, I was smoking it while I was climbing.
It was wild.
Have you seen the movie, is it Solo?
Yeah.
Did you love it?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So yeah. I don't really want to talk about that stuff. Right? It's because I did too many risky things when I was like that I'm embarrassed. I'm glad that I'm still around. Because I used to rock climb a lot, and then a lot, yeah. And so I was never a soloer. I was never good at that. But then when I was a park ranger in that park, I had no friends. I had no one for that whole summer. Just people coming in and out, and I had to work. And then I would just go and do a peak, not knowing necessarily how, and then I'd have to solo a thing. And the thing that's soloing up is fine. Like you're a good climber, you go up. Oh, so there's some times where I was like literally, I was like, well, this might be it. Like, we'll see what happens.
Same as when I do stairs going down. You're like,
I love jokes. Jane Stanton, everyone, please give a round of applause for Jane Stanton. What a pleasure. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching the show. If you enjoyed the show, please tell your friends. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and please share it with your friends. Send it to them if they think they might enjoy it. Keep your friends far away and your droplets close.